The body is our faithful companion. When we are young, we think the body is just a tool that works by default. We run, lift weights, dance until the wee hours of the morning without even thinking about what keeps it all moving. But over the years, a different realization comes. The body is not a machine. It is a living, warm, wise ally. It holds all of our history, scars from falls in childhood, wrinkles from laughter and tears, traces of childbirth, labor, survived winters and vacations in the countryside. This body carries us for decades and asks for very little in return: attention, care, and respect. With age, many things change in it. What used to be easy suddenly requires effort. Climb the stairs, go out in the cold, carry bags. And more often than not, this weakening involves something we can't see: our bones. Bones are not just a skeleton. They are the foundation. It's the ability to hold a grandchild in our arms, to stand at the stove, to walk a fall path. It's what gives us freedom of movement and a sense of security. But as the years pass, bones become more brittle, lose density, break more quickly. And that's not just part of old age. It's a reason to pay attention. The causes are well known: declining hormones, slowed metabolism, nutrient deficiencies. But the good news is that there's a lot we can change. Taking care of your bones isn't about fighting age. It's about partnering with ourselves. It's about lovingly and respectfully supporting our bodies, which have already done so much for us. In this article, we'll talk about 6 key vitamins and minerals that help keep bones strong and flexible even after 60, 70, and 80 years of age. Not with dry tables and guidelines, but with understanding what exactly is happening to the body, what can be helped, and how to do it gently, simply, and with pleasure. Because self-care is not about discipline, it's about love. 1. Calcium is a builder of strength and confidence. When we say bones, the first thing that comes to mind is calcium. And for good reason. It's what makes up the bulk of bone tissue and makes it hard, stable, reliable. It's like bricks in a house. Without them, the walls would just fall apart. But here's what's important to understand. As we age, our bodies digest calcium less well. Even if we eat cottage cheese and drink milk, it may not be enough. And while calcium was easily absorbed in our 30s, in our 70s it already requires support. Why it matters. When calcium is in short supply, the body starts taking it from the bones to keep the heart, muscles, and nervous system working. Because the body prioritizes survival. And bones are like a debt. And this debt can lead to osteoporosis. Bones become porous, brittle. A man falls and breaks his femoral neck. And then pain, surgery, fear of getting back on his feet. But it can be avoided. Even in old age, the bone listens to us. It responds to care. As much as you need. Women after 50 and men after 70, about 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day. This doesn't mean eating 3 packs of cottage cheese a day. It means approaching nutrition consciously. Where to look: fermented dairy products, especially cottage cheese, yogurt, cheese, broccoli, spinach, sesame seeds, almonds, canned sardines and salmon with bones, mineral waters with calcium. If you find it hard to eat dairy, don't torture yourself. There are supplements. There are plant analogs. The main thing, but do not give up. Do not give up. Because even small changes every day are like bricks in a strong, reliable house. A house called the body. Question yourself. Did I give myself something today that makes me stronger? 2. Vitamin D is the conductor of calcium and light in the body. If calcium is the brick, then vitamin D is the builder who knows where to put those bricks. Without it, calcium can simply pass by, absorbed in insufficient amounts or not reach the bones at all. As we age, our skin loses its ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight. And it used to be easier. A little bit of sunshine and everything was fine. Now, especially in northern regions, even in the summer, it may not be enough. Why it matters. Lack of vitamin D increases the risk of osteoporosis, muscle weakness, increased fatigue, and even depression. And it's important for an older person to not only be robust, but also to feel inner light, alert, and confident. How much is needed? About 800 to 1,000 international units per day for the elderly. But if tests show a deficiency, the dose can be prescribed by a doctor. Individually, where to look? Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, herring. Eggs, cod liver, mushrooms, especially mushrooms grown under UV light. Specially fortified foods, milk, yogurt, porridge. Supplements in consultation with your doctor. Get out into the light, even if only for 10 minutes. Not for the sake of tanning, but for yourself. Let the sun touch your skin and care touch your heart. Sunlight is not just about vitamin D, it's about feeling alive. Don't deprive yourself of it. Question yourself, when was the last time I felt the warm sun on my face and thanked it? 3 Magnesium is the quiet conductor of the bone symphony. It is rarely spoken of with enthusiasm, but without magnesium it is impossible to imagine strong bones, a balanced nervous system, and a healthy heart. It's like a good old friend who doesn't shout about himself, but is always there, supporting, regulating, and helping others be their best. Why it's important. Magnesium is involved in vitamin D activation, promotes calcium absorption, and regulates hormone levels that affect bone density. It's also calming, stress relieving, and helps you sleep. And a good night's sleep is also a brick in the foundation of health. Magnesium is less absorbed with age, especially if there are GI problems, diuretics, or stress. And who among the elderly doesn't face these things? How much is needed? About 320 to 420 milligrams per day, depending on gender, health, and lifestyle. Where to look? Buckwheat, oatmeal, brown rice, pumpkin and sunflower seeds, nuts, especially almonds and cashews, spinach, broccoli, beets, dark chocolate, in moderation. Let nutrition be not just healthy, but delicious and hearty. Boil buckwheat not on water, but on milk, add nuts to porridge, bake vegetables with olive oil. This is not a diet. This is taking care of yourself. Question yourself, when was the last time I ate something healthy and with pleasure, not obligation? 4. Vitamin K2, a conduit for calcium to its real home. Many people know about vitamin K1. It's responsible for blood clotting. But its little brother, vitamin K2, has an amazing gift. It directs calcium to where it's really needed, in the bones and teeth, not to the blood vessels, where it can cause harm. Imagine, you're building a house and you've got the bricks, calcium, you've got the construction crew, vitamin D, but no architect to tell you where what should be. K2 is that architect. Without it, calcium can settle in arteries, joints, and cause calcification, not health. Why it matters. As we age, blood vessels become more vulnerable, and calcium wandering can cause harm. That's why balancing calcium, vitamin D, and K2 is so important. Studies show that taking K2 reduces the risk of fractures and protects the heart. How much is needed? 90 to 200 micrograms per day. It's best taken with foods containing fat. It's better absorbed that way. Where to find it? Natto, Japanese fermented soybeans, is the leader in content. Hard and soft cheeses, meat, liver, egg yolks, butter in moderation. You don't have to eat natto if you don't like it. The key is to find a form that is comfortable and tasty, as in a good relationship. Not violence, but respect for yourself. Sometimes a supplement with K2 is a manifestation of such care. Question yourself, am I feeding my bones or only satisfying my hunger? 5. Zinc is a small defender with a big heart. Zinc is like a quiet, inconspicuous friend who is always nearby, supports immunity, accelerates healing, but it is especially important for bone strength. With age, our body assimilates zinc worse, but it is necessary for the creation of bone tissue and slowing its destruction. It helps activate enzymes involved in the formation of bone structure and is involved in the metabolism of vitamin D, hence the chain that leads to strong, vibrant bones. Why it matters. Studies show that older adults with low zinc levels are more likely to experience fractures, especially with osteoporosis, and its deficiency is also linked to impaired taste, mood, skin healing, and even memory. How much is needed? About 8 milligrams per day for women and 11 milligrams for men. But needs can vary, especially with chronic illness, diabetes, or taking certain medications. Where to look? Beef, lamb, pumpkin and sesame seeds. Seafood, especially oysters and shrimp. Eggs, oatmeal and whole grain bread. If the taste of food is dulled, it may not be age but a signal. I'm not getting enough zinc. Bringing back the flavor of life can sometimes be done literally with a spoon. Question yourself, am I giving my body what it is quietly asking for? 6 boron is the humble helper of a strong skeleton. It's rarely talked about in pharmacies or on TV, but boron is a real boon for bone health, especially in adulthood. This trace element helps our bodies retain calcium and magnesium and regulates hormones that directly affect bone strength. As women and men age, estrogen and testosterone levels decline, and boron gently maintains the balance of these hormones, helping to keep bones strong. It can also boost the effects of vitamin D, making it even more effective. Where to find it? In dried fruit, especially prunes and raisins, avocados, nuts, broccoli, and apples. Boron may not sound loud, but its care for us is quietly irreplaceable. The health of your bones is about taking care of yourself. Age is not a judgment, but rather a new beginning. And while it's true that our bodies do change over the years, that doesn't mean we can't regain our sense of being strong, vibrant, and powerful. Bone health isn't just about biology, it's part of our life journey, taking care of ourselves and respecting how our bodies change. Eating a balanced diet, paying attention to important vitamins and minerals, being physically active, and loving yourself are the small steps that can give you back not only strong bones, but also the confidence that life is still full of possibilities. No amount of years can rob us of the joy in living in a body that serves us well. Consider what you can add to your day-to-day to support your bone health. Small changes, and maybe these will be the very steps that will make your life easier and more joyful. If you're still with us, it means this topic resonated with you, and that's very valuable. As we age, we lose a lot of things, our former strength, speed, mobility. But that's no reason to give up. It is a signal to take new care of ourselves. More attentive, kinder, more respectful. Our bodies change, yes, but it doesn't betray us. It whispers, help me and I will help you. Our bones are more than just skeletal support. They are what allow us to walk out into the garden, to lift a grandchild in our arms, to hug a friend. Caring for them is not about pills and vitamins. It's about self-love. It's about choosing to live each day, not living up to it. So if you learn something new today, it's already a step. If you want to add cottage cheese to your diet, go out in the sunshine, or just do some gentle stretching in the morning, that's a step, and you're not walking it alone. Please share in the comments. What resonated with you the most? What do you want to try for yourself? Your words are not just a response, they are part of a shared conversation in which we learn to live with warmth toward ourselves and age. Take care of yourself, not because you have to, but because you are precious. Thank you for being here. May each day bring you a little more light, peace, and support in body and in soul.